having falsely sentenced Jesus to death in the Jewish courts, Jesus is brought to Pilate, the Roman governor, for the sentence to be ratified. The Jews do not enter the Roman praetorium, as entering a Roman public place would defile them, and they would not be able to celebrate the Passover.
Yes? Who is this?
Prisoner of the Jews, sir. They won't come in.
Why have you brought this Jew here?
If he were not a criminal, we would not have brought him here.
What charges do you bring against him?
We have a law, and according to that law, this man must die, because he has proclaimed to be the king of us Jews.
Then try him in your courts according to your law.
We have no authority to put anyone to death, so we have brought him to you, the Roman governor.
Are you the king of the Jews? What have you done?
My kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, my soldiers would fight, so I may not be handed over to you. But my kingdom is not of this world.
So you're a king then?
You say, I am a king. For this I was born, and for this I've come into this world, to bear witness to the truth. And anyone who is of the truth hears my voice.
Truth? What is truth?
Pilate's character becomes obvious in this simple question. What is truth? Pilate is a weak-willed man who finds it difficult to differentiate between truth and falsehood. And though he knows that Jesus is innocent, he would not release him due to external pressures. He next questions Jesus about the accusations brought against him, but gets no response.
You have no answer to any of my questions. Don't you know that I have the power to crucify you or release you?
You would have no power if you were not to receive of it from above. So the one who has handed me over to you has the greater guilt.
Pilate becomes agitated at the calm and serene manner of the man before him. And he becomes even more flustered when a servant brings him a message from his wife.
Have nothing to do with that innocent man, for in my dreams I suffered much on account of him.
Knowing that Jesus is innocent, Pilate looks for ways to get out of this predicament. He hopes to free Jesus by the Jewish custom of releasing a prisoner during the Passover. Barabbas awaiting execution for heinous crimes, was a murderer who was dreaded by all the people. So Pilate goes to the crowd and offers them a choice.
According to your tradition and customs, do you want me to release Barabbas or this Jesus the Nazarene?
Release Barabbas! Set Barabbas free!
What am I to do with this Jesus of Nazareth?
Crucify him!
Why? What crime has he done?
Crucify him! Crucify him!
Fearing that a riot would break out, Pilate orders Barabbas should be released and that Jesus should be scourged. The soldiers take Jesus to the courtyard of the praetorium. They tie him to a low pillar and scourge him with leather whip. Then they robe him in purple force a crown of thorns upon his head and a reed in his hands, and kneeling before him, they mock him. Hail, King of the Jews! Through all this beating and humiliation, our Lord utters not a word. In silence, our God, the Creator, bears the insults of his creatures. The soldiers, having had their fun, bring Jesus back to Pilate, who, hoping to pacify the crowd and placate his own guilty conscience, shows Jesus to the crowd.
Behold, the man!
But the answer comes back.
Crucify him! Crucify him!
Pilate then tries to shirk responsibility.
Take him yourselves and crucify him. I find no crime in him.
The accusers now use their final argument.
If you release this man, you are no friend of Caesar. Anyone that makes himself king sets himself against Caesar.
This is clearly a threat to his own position as a Roman governor. So Pilate finally gives in and pronounces the death sentence, but not without the theatrical gesture of washing his hands.
I am innocent of this man's blood. See to it yourselves.
May his blood be upon us and upon our children.
And thus was innocent Jesus, the Son of the living God, the Redeemer of the world, condemned to death by crucifixion.